Hi guys, happy Saturday. I actually know what today is, so that's not an issue. So today it's going to be really quick. Well, I don't know if it's going to be really quick, but so we have light from dark. So since we're approaching the winter months and Buka Gwitter is kind of wax or waning, how do I translate that into the other traditional craft? The Holly King is going to be taking over. So the Oak King is actually dying, and with the autumn equinox and all that. So we have the light from dark. We have sun dry, impedimenta, and aids to power. So this is when we're kind of like low, and we just kind of drag. And this is helping us to regain our our power and kind of re-energize the energies in the body. So now of aid to the raising of power, drawing upon spirit force and calling to the practitioner. The assistance of spirit helpers are a number of items, and always known. Is that what I wrote? Yeah. In the West Country, which is Cornwall. So, items that may be sought after and carefully collected by the practitioner to attract and to enhance working power and spirit force, induce such ordinary things as seeds, nuts, and eggs. So the acorn, perfect for today. So now, such are potently symbolic vessels and containers of life and spirit force. So thus all these emblematic of productivity, fecundity, whatever, creation itself, the emergence of new life, power, and magic. So there's a lot we can do to, bring in some power and some magic before we lose it all for the winter months. We don't really actually lose it all, but so they are protective also, bearing the outer shell, guarding that which grows within. Thus, via charms, may the practitioner hope to guard her or his operations and endeavors from failure. So it's actually really good. Now thus we see why shells, nuts, seeds, and eggs of all kinds may find their way to being incorporated into the very fabric of the West Country practitioners' charms and workings in Impedimenta. So the shells of snails are favored also not only for the protective shell, but also for the traditional associations in the West Country with power, sexual force, virility, and creation. So we have the shells of a snail. Now, also here are the creatures credited with the ability to bestow blessings upon power, places, and people. Thus are their shells gathered to fashion charms, to bring protection, potency, passion, and good fortune upon the home and life endeavors of their keeper. So, really, little power objects outside that you find, you can bring in, and you can implement them in your workings. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty powerful. Now, serpents and horses are emblematic also of power and magical force. The bones of both creatures are coveted, along with the hair of horses, to be carried or installed within the home, along with the impedimenta of the working house, as fetishes and charms of power and magical potency. I actually have horsehair, and I actually have the horseshoe. What else do I have in here? Oh, a snake vertebrae. So yeah. Now, beans are associated in West Country tradition with the spirits of the dead. Now, and are kept and carried with other substances of, cognac association, such as thyme, elder, and elm, and with written charms. So, it's really simple magic. So, such a charm bestows upon the practitioner the ability to have their bidding. To have at their bidding the powers, blessings, and wisdom of the shades of the dead. Now, wands and staves are the roads of power, via which magical force and virtue may be stirred, drawn upon, or sent forth by the practitioner. Obviously, we know that one. So, the shaft of the traditional broom, besom, is likewise a road of spirit force, and the whole device itself is a steed of power. So the broom is emblematic also of the sexual union between the phallic shaft thrust deep into the feminine brush, thus of the creative powers so vital to the working of magic and the warding of evil. So it's interesting. Now this seed of power is ridden by the practitioner within their circle of art, sometimes within the provision of a candle or lantern fixed to the end of the shaft. So you would have betwixt the horns, the spiritual enlightenment. Now, the practice brings to the magic, making the practitioner the creative, generative, and fertile forces. So adding to its potency and bringing the end of war to fruit. So you get what you want. Yet more efficiency may be brought to the operation by jumping through fire upon the ridden broom. The fire, the smoke that rises from it, and the wind that carries it forth are all highly useful tools to the West Country practitioner. So the fire at the midst of the practitioner's circle of art is the light of creation from the void. So we do have a lot of characteristics from Sabrina in traditional craft too. The void, the eldritch, powers, that type of thing. Now, the magical will of the practitioner is borne forth by the creative magical art, carried aloft within the rising smoke by the aid of spirits. Will it manifest, or be carried forth to exert its influence upon the target of the work. Now, in latter cases, the direction of the wind is of high importance. From the ceremonial arts has entered into the craft of the West Country practitioner, the pentacle of art, or pentagram. Now, upon these devices are inscribed such things as the pentagram, the four elements of the manifest world, being the quintessence all in one, the source and the animating spirit. The design is contained within the circle of the infinite. Now, I really like that one. I thought that one was really interesting. So, alright, now we have the emblem of the pentagram may be reduced into the simple form of the cross, the four elements of each arm conjoined at their midst in quintessence. Now, the design is simplified further in other examples, in the encircled triangle, the triplicity of creation, the quintessential source all in one, above the opposing forces of manifest nature. Now, for the practitioner, the pentagram of art is a tool emblematic of creation itself, and the casual elements of the material world from which is magically desired may be brought forth into manifestation in accordance with the will. So it's pretty interesting. I love this stuff. Now, upon such a device may charms and substances of the art be placed in order that the pertinent force may be manifest into their form, and the desire for which they were created to bring into being may be brought forth into manifestation. Fires and crucibles of smoldering substances are also placed upon the pentagram of art in order that the desires for which they burn may issue forth its manifest reality. So the pentagram, having it on your altar, or the tetragrammatron, that will actually help you and aid you in your magical workings a lot faster, and it will actually help to place your cauldron, a little cauldron, on a piece of like a wooden pentagram that you can find on Amazon, something like that. Imbue it and make sure that it's going to happen, and let that manifest. Let that smoke rise up off that cauldron that's placed upon the pentagram, and let it manifest. So something to think about for maybe other people. So now, charms, fetishes, and or other items created and empowered to manifest magical desire are kept in West Country practice within the charm box. Some examples are crafted to be in the form of a coffin, for that which is placed within it is intended to bring about the death of a situation so that a new set of circumstances may be born forth. That's where my coffin box comes from, guys. So, if you guys were ever wondering where that came from, yeah, Cornish Book of Ways. Now, thus this is the physical relics of the working are held, within while the working takes effect. So it is thus that cognate with the wish box and those containers used to be magically rid of things undesired. What is placed within it is left for spirits to see until that which is desired has been brought about. So, we do have that, which is, that's some really interesting stuff. We have so many things, seasonal things that we can actually, put into our practice. We have a lot of things that we can actually put into our practice and see where they come from and see what happens. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and I had to share that with you guys. So this is to help us throughout the winter months as it gets colder, since we can't go outside and we can't get we can't rouse up the sproul energy, the serpentine energy, because it does kind of wane, and now that the winter's coming and it's going to get cold, and which I love the winter. But yeah, this all helps us, especially with new moons, no moon, we don't have, I feel good on the new moon. Some people feel really bad on the new moon. I feel energized, so it's completely different for me. But I mean, it's just a really, really, pretty much, little, little bits of power thrown here and there, and you guys can use that as you want. So I hope you guys enjoy. I love you guys with all my heart. Please stay safe, stay healthy. I have to go mow, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So I love you guys with all my heart, all the way from Venus. Oh my god, my arm hurts all the way back down. So, alright guys, I love you all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So everybody have a good day, and stay safe and healthy.